I shaved my beard yesterday. It's a nice warm day, it's above freezing, but my chin is fucking, hey buddy, I'm right here. Anyway, talk about riding styles and just like snowboard shapes in relationship to snowboard riding styles. And I mean, shit, this is just me fucking talking out of my ass. If any, fuck man, I've been skateboarding and snowboarding my whole life, so maybe I can afford to do this at this time. Anyway, riding styles. So if you started riding snowboards in the 80s or any time before, like say, let's say 1990, let's say everything pre-1990 and like but everything prior to that, snowboards were primary design was to ride in snow, not on snow, not on packed snow, not on used snow, not even on hard packed snow. They were designed to ride in snow, like in it, in the medium of it, not on top of it, on like hard pack, whatever. And so every snowboard has an hourglass looking shape where the nose is longer, more spoony, and there's typically taper in the board, and snowboards came from surfing and came from skateboarding. So there's like kind of a stinky style, and there's, in my humble opinion, probably the purest form of snowboarding is, oh, my music just started. Purest form is Craig Kelly. And he came from BMX bikes, which is, whatever, but he skated too, I'm sure. But Craig Kelly is the first person that could really, in my humble opinion, worldwide, could ride the shit out of a snowboard. Not ride a snowboard good. I mean ride the shit out of a fucking snowboard. Craig Kelly was destroying snowboarding when he was doing it. And the style that is uniquely his and hatched out of, there was no forms, there was no, oh yeah, I like the way this guy rides or this guy. There was nobody to look up to. It was breaking ground and everything. And Craig Kelly broke ground. Snowboarding exploded to the point where, like, I mean, I don't even know how many snowboards people are making these days. It's fucking nuts. It is developed into something that's unrecognizable to me as an early snowboarder. Most people were like using what is now considered a park or a pipe board as an all-mountain board in the late 90s and 2000s, because it's just like, I don't know, man. So only recently, my humble opinion, are all across the board, like Nitro has a couple of fucking promising looking boards. God, what do they call them? I don't know, it's a series of boards that dude Brian Fox is associated with. And by the way, I don't know who Brian Fox is, I don't know who the fuck that guy is, but I can tell you is every bit of fucking video I've seen of Brian Fox, that guy gets it, man. That guy knows how to ride a fucking snowboard, straight up. Like, but those series of boards, they all look sick. And then Burton has one called a Hometown Hero that is fucking sick. And K2 has a board called an Excavator. Buddy of mine in North Bend has one. I saw one kind of in my hands for the first time. I was like, ooh, it's nice and stiff too. I was like, fuck, that looks like a good board. And all these boards have a pretty predominant amount of taper. And people are finally realizing that, a little more open side cut makes for a better big mountain board. It just does. You like going a little bit faster, get more side cut. Jamie Lynn Titty Fish 166 wide is a shining example. That fucking board is got a 9.0 and it's stiff, and that motherfucking board hauls ass. Anyway, starting in the 90s, early part of the 90s, the trend was symmetrical boards, hourglass boards. You could ride backwards as well as you could fakie switch backwards as well as you could forward, and that's also about the spawning time of duck stances. But so the whole trend of snowboarding also was they all got away from doing like traditional boards to ride in snow. They made boards to ride on snow, and because of that, like all of snowboarding and what was selling and who was starting to snowboard in the 90s, we're all learning on these, like, oh, duck stance. When I was riding snowboards, duck stance was unacceptable. Like, dude, you can't ride a snowboard like that. Well, that changed, boards changed, technology changed, but one of the qualities about riding duck stance, varying degrees of duck, the more duck you get, the more stinky your style is, man. And I mean straight stank. Like, and fuck whatever, you know. There's a lot of dudes that do gnarly shit with a stinky style. Sean White, like, how you doing? Like, stiff boots, like forced stinky style. Props for your fucking flipping, but my God, man, where you take that riding, all the fucking kids that started in 95, fucking started in 2000, like the whole fucking riding style in terms of what works on the snow changed because the boards that were easily and commonly and most marketed are boards that were on X Games and shit like that. But we got away from fucking riding in snow, not riding on snow, riding in snow. And the roots of that is all, you can't see it until you watch fucking Terry Kidwell and fucking Craig Kelly and like, so yeah, Jamie, he went stinky early and he was one of the powerhouses, and there's a reason that it works. Stinky works because Jamie Lynn made it look like it worked, and the irony is he doesn't ride proper duck. I think he rides at 0 in the back. Anyway, I was a park guy, you know, whatever, for the most part. And I've been riding the same mountain. It's all alpine, there's no park, it's all fucking pretty steep, and it's good, but it's just steep. And I think I only have one board that's symmetrical now, because boards with taper work in steeper environments way, way better. Because I know there's a board is rather than having like, okay, C3, we're talking about board shapes, board technology, fucking snowboard styles, all that shit. Reverse camber. Like, don't get me wrong, that shit works. Totally fucking works. And if you never rode camber, or you don't ever ride well enough to be able to use camber, like, if you never get or understand camber, you won't ever know what you're missing. C2 will work great for you, and it fucking turns the board. But the deal is when the board is neutral in the snow, you're rolling down the snow and you're neutral, you can turn the board from the middle board. So also riding styles has changed because people have started to learn how to ride snowboards turning from the middle of their stance, right? C3 board or C2 boards, banana boards, fucking reverse camber boards helping that. The other thing is C2 boards help and float when you're in deep snow. So you can ride a centered stance and ride in deep snow and still get the same flow as though you're fucking leaning back in the seat, because in that rocker in no snow, all you have to do is just kind of stand on the back foot and it becomes a powder board. Like, and it's not standing on the back foot like you're trying to press out camber in a regular symmetrical board center stance. No, you just kind of lean back a little bit and negotiate the rear, and the fucking nose comes right up, and there you go, man. You're off and running. You're on a powder board. Now what I'm saying is, like, I'm old. I've ridden a lot of those boards and my style changes, shit like that, but I'm telling you, taper boards are what you want, man. If you like the elegance of turning and you really like riding snowboards, like really riding them, I mean, it's all fun. I got attitude, but try to emulate Craig Kelly. Put your feet together closer, change your binding style a little bit, get both of your feet working as a single unit, as a single piece of suspension, and snowboarding will change for you. Just saying.